Look at my shine with the glow. This is my time with it though. This is my time to be way at the top. Me and my guys gon' pay out the block. I don't look like wall. Time's right, and I know the sea is walking in the limelight. Promise you won't wanna watch like a sci-fi. My guys are high risers, high tide. My crown if you come to my side. I pledge allegiance for lifetime. My squad connected like Wi-Fi. We grind and you see the highlights. This my life. It ain't a game now. Me and you, we ain't the same now. Lions coming out to play now. Opposition out the way now. Out of the way. You wasn't invited. Say you come to play. I dare you to try it. You don't wanna try me. Then step up to my team. Yeah, out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way. Game now, me and you, we ain't the same now. Lions coming out to play now. Opposition out the way now. Out of the way, you wasn't invited. Say you come to play. I dare you to try it. You don't wanna try me. Then step up to my team. Yeah, out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way. Yeah, yeah. Out of the way.
Night 2 of the Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel Florida Nationals visits Volusia Speedway Park, right where we were in Tuesday night. We are back in Barberville, Florida for the virtual sprint car race tonight. It is night number 2. I'm Kelan Belsha, joined by my friend Shane DiMantova. Shane, we are back right where we were Tuesday. We saw a lot of action and saw rookie Cameron Smith take home his first career win. We'll get a word with him later, but we are here in Volusia. What is there to expect after we saw that great racing on Tuesday?
I mean, thank you for having me, obviously, Kelan, and you can't really count anybody out for sure, as we saw the rookie prevail, like you said, and lots of great guys in this field, as we saw there on Tuesday night, added to the field here for this season. I mean, it's action-packed, as you saw for sure towards the end of the last race, and anybody's race. I mean, veterans versus rookies so far. That's what it seems like.
Indeed it is, and we're about to sneak a word with Cameron Smith. Hopefully he's ready. Cameron, you took home the, well, first off, do you have us? Cameron? Cameron Smith.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, well, you took home the win on night number 1. You took advantage of everyone else really falling apart. You took advantage of the win. And what momentum does that give you Tuesday night going into tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was my first race, and I wasn't really expecting to win, you know. I just was, like, kind of just expecting to have fun, and then I actually did pretty good there, and I guess I have a decent amount of confidence going in for tonight.
Well, what did you learn on Tuesday that could really be to your advantage tonight?
Well, I learned to use fast, and I know like now where to put my wing and stuff, since it's a fixed set, and just like what's the best line to run, and who's competitive and who's not.
Well, thank you for joining us, Cam. We wish you the best of luck tonight.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
That was Cameron Smith, driver number 69. He took the win on Tuesday night, Shane, and I believe you'll be leading us to our national anthem here in a second, so take us there.
Yeah, of course. Definitely want to salute those who have served us and who are currently serving us, so we ask that you please rise and remove your cap for the playing of our national anthem.
those were your nation's colors here at the national anthem as we get ready for qualifying tonight from Volusia Speedway Park. Our fastest qualifier and the Dirtman Photography Quicktime Award winner on Tuesday night was Aiden Kirker. He ran a 12.926, and that's about 2/10 faster than what we've been running tonight, as at the end of hot laps it was Kirker quickest, Shuttlesworth and J.J. Hill second and third tonight as we get closer to that qualifying session here from Volusia Speedway Park. Expecting the session to be skipped to qualifying at any time. And Shane, as we start to get closer and closer to qualifying, as they just skipped a session now, who do you keep your eye on in qualifying?
Obviously, you can't rule out Aiden Kirker, like you said, grabbing the Dirtman Photography Quicktime Award last week and winning his first heat. Obviously, didn't have the best luck in the feature event, excuse me, but can't count out obviously our race winner, the feature winner, excuse me, Cameron Smith, and a lot of guys who really could get it done here tonight. But something that I also want to notice and point out to others is how important of a track Volusia is obviously for this schedule, as we have these first three events here. The Florida Kickoff presented by Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, but we also visit this track 2 more times at the end of July towards the end of the season. So this is the most commonly visited track in the season, so the guys that you want going to be on top here, obviously really important for those who aren't to come out and obviously step up their game. I'm trying to say that obviously this is a very important track throughout the season.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. And this track, you said it's the most commonly visited track on the schedule, so you need to really get it down now if you're going to get it down at any time. And look at the rookies. How about that? Here, so far in practice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 of the top 8 are rookies. Well, Trey Shuttlesworth just busted that open. He gets second on his lap, defending champion Cody Meadows fourth. But currently, your Dirtman Photography Quicktime sitter right now is Rylan Pearson for HRI Helms Racing. Aiden Kirker, the Quicktime Award winner on Tuesday night, yet to take a lap, along with Caleb Morrissey, who finished the feature in second on Tuesday. So Rylan Pearson so far really picking up right where he left off. He dominated the Tuesday night feature. Unfortunately, he got caught up in a wreck in the closing laps, which gave the win to Cameron Smith. So, Shane, do you think Rylan Pearson has a shot tonight?
Of course. I mean, you can't obviously count out the guy who starts on the pole and starts first in the feature event for sure. I'd also like to point out some new faces here tonight, like Trey Shuttlesworth, like you mentioned. He's currently second on the board. Got Colton Coe. He's a rookie to the series, number 28. We'll obviously point all these guys out for you guys. Nathan Abrams, Sammy Yaya making his first start of the season. So yeah, really exciting time for those guys. And Rylan Pearson still at the top of the board, like you said, leaving off where he was last Tuesday, excuse me.
These rookies, they have laid down the fast time so far. As we go through, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The top 9, 7 of them are Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contenders. Aiden Kirker, Quicktime Award winner on Tuesday, yet to take a lap, and it doesn't look like he'll set one. So, very interesting strategy, because track position really means everything here. So, I'm curious if he had a wheel issue, because we know going into Tuesday night he had a wheel issue, but now he's obviously going to start in the back of his first heat, and we have 4 heats tonight in the Night 2 action of the Florida Nationals. As we set the field in heat number 1, it'll be rolling off on pole for HRI Helms Racing out of Dallas, Texas. The number 9 Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender, it'll be Rylan Pearson. And then rolling off to his outside, Tuesday night's winner in the number 69 car, out of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, it'll be Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender, Cameron Smith.
Starting in the 3rd position, Exo Consulting Rookie Contender of the Year, number 28 from Coe Motorsports, Colton Coe. And to his outside, like we mentioned, one of the new guys to the series, as you see him in the 4 here tonight. Definitely won't be in the 4 for the rest of the season. Excuse me. Obviously, you can see that's Cameron Cohn's number right behind you, but that is Nathan Abrams.
Rolling off in 5th in this heat for JDR Esports out of Asheville, North Carolina. In the number 4, it'll be Cameron McCone. And to his outside in 6th, the number 182 of JoJo Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender.
And rounding out your field here today from JDR Esports in Eureka, California, Big Bag Bo Krebs, starting in the 7th position.
That was your starting lineup for the first heat of the night. Rylan Pearson and Cameron Smith going to be 2 leading them to the green. And they combined, after Aiden Kirker led the first 2 or 3 laps, the front row in this heat, they led the remainder of the laps in the feature. They absolutely dominated, as I believe there was an issue for Aiden Kirker. He fell through the session and was not able to make a qualifying lap. So that is why he did not set a lap, or else I think he would have been almost a shot at Quicktime. His lap last Tuesday would have put him at Quicktime, but Rylan Pearson, Cameron Smith, these 2 guys, they look like threats early as Shane, we inch closer to the first green flag of the night.
Yeah, I mean, definitely exciting stuff for sure. Like you said, tough luck for Aiden Kirker, as it seemed like the same thing happened to JJ Hill on Tuesday, as you see the pace check beginning to pull off here, as Rylan Pearson will take him to the green flag here for night number 2. Heat number 1 is underway.
Cameron Smith working the outside, and he is going to try to get a runoff of 2 side by side for the lead in the heat. Top 3 make the feature. Pearson with the advantage. Smith trying to cross him over as they take lap number 2.
Cameron Smith leading Rylan Pearson here as they head into turn number 3. Smith completely clears them as we shuffle back farther into the field, as you see Cameron Cohn there now battling with Bo Krebs and Joe Job.
Cameron McCone trying to make up a little bit of time. Needs to get around Colton Coe there in 4th, as Nathan Abrams in a 4, holding down the transfer spot as Rylan Pearson works to the inside of Cameron Smith again. Going to try to now work the outside, going to cross back over to the bottom. Pearson looking like the faster car right now, but struggling to get around them here halfway through heat number 1.
Yeah, you see both these Exo Consulting rookies. Oh, contact between them.
And it opened up the door for Nathan Abrams. Abrams going to take a shot 3 wide for the race lead here, and with 3 to go in the first heat of the night.
Yeah, I was just about to say that both these Exo Consulting rookie contenders were going at it. As all that happens, Nathan Abrams takes advantage as he hopped momentarily to the lead, but Cameron Smith flies that number 69 back up front.
4 rookies battling for the here. The top under a blanket. Abrams gets sideways. This is for the transfer spot. McCone under Cone, side by side. Coe's going to get him, and for the heat win, it'll be Cameron Smith, Pearson, and Colton Coe transferring out of that. What a finish, Shane.
I believe that was not it, Keelan. I think this is it right here. Colton Coe's going to win it, I believe.
Oh, shoot. Did I miss that a whole lap?
Yes, you did. Oh. Colton Coe will win the first heat. Cameron McCone will bring it home second. As you saw it there, both of our leaders making contact as Bo Krebs will make that final transfer spot.
I just did the Marty Reed right there. That's embarrassing. Wow.
Hey, we're still trying to work out all the
yeah, this is only our 2nd broadcast of the year. Jeez, okay. I know my dad's watching, so he's probably going to be embarrassed for me there. That's unfortunate.
Hey, like I said, we're just working out the kinks. 2nd broadcast season. Don't worry about it. As you saw,
I got so hyped. Wow.
Man, I mean, if that's our first heat race of the night, then it's just I don't know if anything could top that for sure. Is kind of set the bar high there for sure as we get set for our 2nd heat of the night. Trey Shuttlesworth will start on pole for this event from Williamstown, Pennsylvania, and to his outside, the number 31, as you saw Andrew May there, kind of fighting on Tuesday for that race early on, as that 31 machine from JDR Esports in Bedford, Pennsylvania, as my favorite nickname out here in the field, the Big Unit, starts in 2nd.
Ooh, then we go to row number 2 and the number 44 for Boxel Merkler Racing out of Indiana. It'll be Jacob Boxel, consolation winner the other night. The 09 of Ryan Martin Racing out of Los Lunas, New Mexico will roll off in 4th. That is Ryan Martin.
Yeah, another one of the fan favorites out there for sure will be starting in the 5th position, as that is the 93 of Rick Kirker from Ballston, New York. And to his outside will be another one of our EXO Consulting Rookie of the Year contenders, the number 87 of Jackson Gray.
And then rounding out the field, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender for Door Slammer Sim Racing out of Burbank, New York. It'll be the 26 of Michael Corbin, as Trey Shuttlesworth is going to come lead him to the green. Heat 4 winner on Tuesday night. Andrew May to his outside. Consolation winner Jacob Boxell to his inside, as Shuttlesworth will lead him to the green. Heat number 2 underway.
Yeah, it didn't look like Michael Corbin started this event, so just the 6-1 battling out here is, like you said, green flag underway, as May almost, I think he might have made contact there with Shuttlesworth for the race lead, but May, the rookie, comes out with the lead after the first lap.
I believe Shuttlesworth maybe rose up into him a little bit and it got his car sideways. Opened up the door for May to extend his lead, as now Shuttlesworth having to fight around the outside of Jacob Boxell for that second position, as Ryan Martin looks on, seeing if he can get his nose in that final transfer spot. Andrew May continues to lead.
As we're on board now with Jacob Boxell, he's currently sitting in that transfer position. As you see the pole sitter, Trey Shuttlesworth, sitting right in front of him, and a little farther out is the 31 of Andrew May.
Andrew May continuing to be in control as Shuttlesworth rides second, Boxell third. Ryan Martin behind Boxell. He has yet to really make up any progress, though. Shuttlesworth trying to close the gap on May, but May currently looks checked out.
Yeah, behind Martin here you have Jackson Gray, like I mentioned, Rookie of the Year, and Rick Kirker behind him. These two are trying to figure out, obviously, 3 laps to go here in the heat. Maybe need something big to happen.
Neither of those two guys had a very good night on Tuesday. Jackson Gray qualified in a bad setup, and then Rick Kirker couldn't really avoid the contact throughout the night. Andrew May won heat number 4 on the night as he comes to take the white flag. It would be his second straight night with a heat victory if he can hang on.
Yes, Kelan, this is actually the white flag here this time, as Andrew May sends it into turn number 3 for the final time, as he will take the heat number 2 win. Trey Shuttlesworth second, Jacob Boxell taking that final transfer position, as Ryan Martin, Jackson Gray, and Rick Kirker are all being sent to the consolation race.
Ooh, I'm kind of happy that race ended a little more tame than the last one did, because I didn't have to jump out of my seat and call the race early. So,
I mean, you were just... Go ahead.
I was just so excited, I guess, for the first one. They were racing so hard. So, you know, I guess that's how it is. And as we get ready to start the second heat of the evening, and on pole, let's see if I can find my paper here. It'll be the number 41 out of Tinmouth, Utah, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender, James Barrett, in the number 41, and to his outside in the number 27, it'll be Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender, J.P. Schreider.
And starting in the 3rd position from Calgary, Canada, the Blue Jay from Fry Designs Racing, Jay Mulder. And lining up in that 4th position, as you can see there, guy who had a pretty tame night 1, the 181 of Mason Thompson from Waycross, Georgia.
Starting off in the 5th position for JRE Sports out of Cape Coral, Florida, number 14, Dirty Dove, Jacob Dove. And Caleb Morrissey was supposed to start in 6th tonight, but he has not made the grid, so it'll just be the 5 coming to the green flag this time. James Barrett Jr. ended up with a podium finish in the 3rd spot on Tuesday night's action. He took advantage of everybody else's misfortunes and had a pretty good finish, so we'll see what he can do. Jacob Dove, of course, he missed the feature by 1 spot, so he'll be looking to try to lock himself in from the 5th position. And everybody else, they're just trying to make the race. Jay Mulder missed the race. J.P. Schreider, he missed the race. 3 guys in his feature, or three guys in his heat missed the feature race on Tuesday.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty smaller heat compared to the previous 2 that we have seen, as only 2 of these guys will have to be sent to that consolation race to battle it out.
And 3 of these guys had to compete in the consolation race, and neither of them made it, as Jacob Boxell won that event. James Barrett was third fastest in the qualifying session, and pretty fitting that he was third in the feature finish on Tuesday night. So we'll see what they can do. 3 Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contenders rolling off 1, 2, 3. Back there, Jay Mulder, the Blue Jay, trying to pick up where he left off, but hopefully a little bit faster. James Barrett takes the green flag. We are underway in heat number 3. Mulder ripping the bottom, trying to get around Schreider. He got sideways, and Mason Thompson gets the door to his outside. Mason Thompson taking over that transfer spot as they go down into 3 and 4 for the first time.
Jay Mulder and Mason Thompson battled out there as they actually single file out. Thompson will take the spot from him as he currently sits there in the last transfer spot as he now makes a move on the bottom on JP Schneider. Oh, big slide job by him as that's actually...
Oh, and
bad.
Jacob Dove gets tagged in it, and JP Schreider's hopes just went up in smoke right there. Looked like he really messed up coming off of 1 and 2 on lap number 2, and then Mason Thompson took advantage through a slide job right in front of him, made JP hop out of the gas, sent his car around, then Jacob Dove just had nowhere to go. So that'll really end both their shots unless Jay Mulder, Mason Thompson, or James Barrett do something crazy, but looks pretty tame so far. Mason Thompson maybe trying to pick up a little bit of ground on Barrett. We'll see if he can do anything halfway through the heat.
Yeah, as you saw a second ago, heavy damage to the front end of Jacob Dove. It just seems like he can't catch a break so far this season. Obviously, we're 2 races in so far, but not definitely the way he wanted to start it over there at JDR Esports. As back up front, James Barrett leads him. Like you mentioned, Mason Thompson trying to run him down as Jay Mulder sitting in that transfer position. And if it goes mistake 3, he should have that locked up.
Mason Thompson is doing something I haven't seen anybody do tonight. He has been the first guy to really migrate up top, trying to knock the cushion back a little bit. He gained a whole 10th over the course of these last 2 laps, but he lost 2 tenths right there. It looked like he slipped up in 3 and 4. And right there, he gets tied off of 1 and 2. So he's not really going to have anything for Barrett.
Yeah, as James Barrett comes across the line, as he will be your heat number 3 winner here from Volusia. And he will be starting 3rd for tonight's feature event.
Thompson, Mulder make up the last 2 spots. That's good for Mulder. He missed the race on Tuesday, and now he's going to make his way in as heat number 4 gets ready to line up. And I'm excited for this one, Shane. I don't know about you. We got a stacked heat right here. We are blessed.
Yeah, a lot of big name guys in here for sure. Obviously, I don't know if Aiden Kirker will be available because you mentioned him.
He's back. Yeah,
All
he's
right.
going back. So I hope so.
Like you mentioned, a lot of big guys here in this heat here tonight, including our pole sitter, Season 1 champion from Martinsville, Virginia, the Mud Digger, Cody Meadows, and lining up right next to him is the number 13 of Jaden Krause from JDR Esports and Louisville, Kentucky.
Rolling off in 3rd, he did not get a qualifying lap in and completely missed his heat on Tuesday night, the league owner. For Rome, Daytona Beach, Florida, for Power Slide Motorsports, he's the Gator. He's J.J. Hill, and to his outside, the number 29 machine for JDR Esports out of Kokomo, Indiana, the Kokomo Comet, Caleb Nickel.
And rolling off in the 5th position, nicknamed $50 from Caddo Mills, Texas, Sammy Yaya. And to his outside, we have our Dirtman Photography Quicktime Award winner from Tuesday night, night number 1, the number 17 of Aiden Kirker.
And right here out of Arcola, Illinois for Runaway Racing in the number 46, it'll be Aaron Trotter, last second entry into tonight's event. The defending champ will lead us to the green, Jaden Krause, who had a top 10 run going for him in the feature. He'll be rolling off 2nd, J.J. Hill and Nickel right behind him as Meadows leads us to the green. Meadows looking for a better performance than he had on Tuesday night. Rolled off from the 3rd position and ended up getting caught up in other people's mess on lap number 1. But today in heat number 4, he's going to lead us to the green. We are underway in the 4th heat. J.J. Hill, the Gator, taking a peek to the inside. Not going to be able to make anything out of it. Meadows slides up in front of Krause, and Krause is going to cross him over. Meadows got up into the dirt.
As Meadows trying to come back at Krause here as they're side by side at the line here for the first lap. Cody Meadows sends it in there for a slide jab and a great crossover by Jaden Krause as he maintains his lead over Cody Meadows here.
Jaden Krause has been impressive from the get-go. Cody Meadows making a couple rare mistakes. I haven't seen him do a lot of that last season. Right there in 1 and 2, he's just been slipping up. And Aiden Kirker, how about him? He flew from 6th to 3rd on the first lap, and now he's just going to watch these top 2 battle as his teammate J.J. Hill is in tow behind him. Are going to be racing hard for that transfer spot, Shane.
Yeah, it's something I definitely like to mention for sure is, like you mentioned, Jaden Krause, and Cody Meadows going back and forth for this lead. As you see that once again, Meadows making a move there. But this is some fantastic racing for sure. As this is just the best you can get on the iRacing.com services. Aiden Kirker now making a move to an outside of Cody Meadows, and actually kind of our leader.
Yeah, Meadows slipped up off the corner, and it opened up the opportunity for Aiden Kirker. Kirker doing what his teammate Mason Thompson did in the first heat, working that top line in, and it's making up ground to this point. Jaden Krause now going to try to take his line away, as Cody Meadows, defending champion, is going to have to defend his transfer spot over the league owner, J.J. Hill. Kirker can't get the pass right there as they're coming to the white flag.
Here comes Cody Meadows trying to make a move back to the inside of Aiden Kirker as these two go door to door, coming to the white flag right here, as J.J. Hill is currently the first driver out.
J.J. Hill just going to look from beyond and hope for a miracle. Not going to get it, though. Krause takes the heat win. Cody Meadows steals second at the line. Aiden Kirker is going to get into the feature tonight, as now we will move on to our consolation, where only one of them will make the feature. It'll be just like the other night, as we got Krause, Meadows, Kirker in through the final heat, as we now inch closer to our consolation. And I'm kind of surprised at this consolation pole sitter, Shane, the number 69 car from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, Tuesday night's winner. It'll be Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender Cameron Smith, and to his outside in the 09 for Ryan Martin Racing out of Los Lunas, New Mexico. The 09 Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender Ryan Martin.
Starting in the 3rd position in tow, right behind our leader, is the Dirty Dove, number 14 of Jacob Dove, and to his outside, we saw a guy that just took home 4th place in that last heat, J.J. Hill.
Rolling off in the 5th position, it'll be Nathan Abrams in a 4-car Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender. And rolling off in 6th, it'll be the 87 of Jackson Gray, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender out of Iowa.
Starting in the 7th position here, another one of our Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contenders, J.P. Schreider, and in 8th, one of our returning veterans, one of the few actually of this series, the number 29 from Kokomo, Indiana, and JDR Esports, Caleb Nickel.
Rylan Pearson, who I thought in heat number 1, Shane, was going to make the feature. I kind of called that a lap early on accident. He'll be rolling off in 9th. He dominated Tuesday night. He has to finish top 4 to make the race. Rick Kirker to his outside. Morsi, Yaya, Job, Corbin, and Trotter round out the field, as top 4 will make the feature. Who do you got your eyes on that's not starting in the top 4, Shane?
I mean, obviously, like you mentioned, the guy who was running up front in that first heat, Rylan Pearson, he's got a lot of work to do. As obviously you saw our consolation winner last week get it done from farther back in the pack, as I believe that was correct. It was Jacob Boxel, yes, correct.
Boxel, yeah.
I was looking at it right now, just making sure. But yeah, I mean, he started deep in the pack, as we mentioned it on Tuesday, that he had to get his work done for sure to get up there and get that consolation win, as he did just that.
And I feel like Pearson's that kind of guy. He can drive that car up from 9th to 1st if he had to, and I think he's got to think he has to. He just needs top 4, but I think he wants to win this thing. As Cameron Smith, Tuesday night winner, is going to lead us to the green. Martin, Dove, Hill, Abrams, Gray, your top 6. The green flag is out in consolation. Top 4 make the feature. We're underway.
Cameron Smith leading him to turn 1, a pretty sizable lead, as we saw a couple drivers crashing there in the back of the pack, as that is Rick Kirker and the 4 of Nathan Abrams, as Kirker actually up on top of the wall there. There's no cautions here, as Smith has kind of coasted off to a lead, but J.J. Hill is making moves behind him. Oh,
Hill tagged the inside outside wall right there, and it killed his left front. Allows Jacob Dove and Martin to pull away. Schreider, Hill, Pearson, 3
Somebody's
wide. Looks
flipping.
like the toe may be knocked out on the 19 car, as Pearson's going to get the transfer spot as they continue to pile up behind him. Top 4 set in stone right now. Pearson holding down that 4th position as there's a car in the wall up in turn 1 as Smith comes around him.
That is Sammy Yaya. We actually saw him flipping there on the broadcast. Not a good go for him so far. As Kelan, I'm going to actually have to ask you a question here. Do you know how many drivers, is it just the one who are making it into the feature event here tonight?
Oh, it's the top 4, and
Top
that's
4.
what matters.
All right, perfect. As you see,
Yeah, so
Cameron Smith, Jacob Dove, Ryan Martin, and Rylan Pearson currently hold those positions as Jackson Gray, 87 there, is our first driver out.
and these top 4 are pulling away from the rest of the field, so it looks like they can just coast, and hopefully they can hang on to their position here halfway through the heat. Cameron Smith, we talked about him, won Tuesday night's feature, and we talked with him before the race, talked about what he learned. He said he knows who he's racing against now. He knows how the track's going to change throughout the night, and maybe he's learning a little bit. He never raced in the consolation last week, as Rylan Pearson slides around Ryan Martin for the 3rd position. We'll see what Cameron Smith can do if he can hang on for this consi.
Yep, coming to 4 laps to go here. Cameron Smith still with a marginal lead out front here. You see him ripping the cushion up there up top. The Dirty Dove sitting in there right behind him. As Rylan Pearson actually running him down too, is, like you mentioned, strong car as he believe, correct me if I'm wrong, started on the Dirtman Photography Quicktime Award pole sitter. But obviously,
Yeah,
that problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. You don't see a lot of Quicktime winners out there in the consolation races. He's going to try to get to the outside of the Dirty Dove. Jacob Dove right here. Dove's going to let him have it. He got loose right there. Dove just trying to get it to the checkered flag and nurse it there as he wants to make the feature for the first time this season. Cameron Smith continuing to be in control with Rylan Pearson in tow behind him. Dove trying to fend off Ryan Martin. 1 lap to go here for Cameron Smith. Smith down to backstretch for the final time in the consolation. Going to rip the cushion one more time, and he will be going into the feature event along with Rylan Pearson, and Ryan Martin takes 3rd from Jacob Dove. Dove will make the race, however. Jackson Gray, first guy out. Caleb Nickel, JJ Hill, Joe Job, JP Schreider, Sammy Yaya, Rick Kirker, Nathan Abrams, Caleb Morrissey, and Michael Corbin and Aaron Schroeder will be the ones missing the race as we get ready to go feature racing, Shane.
Another tough go, I'd obviously like to mention, for JJ Hill, not qualifying in again for the 2nd race in a row, Just, you never know what could happen. As we got a pretty big field here of talented drivers for sure. As Kelan send them off for the feature event here.
Oh, we're ready, I'll tell you that much. The 8 of the 16 competitors are Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year competitors, so the young talent is real. Colton Coe, Andrew May, James Barrett, and Jaden Krause, Rookie of the Year contenders. They'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Cameron McCone got his way in on the last lap. He'll be 5th. Trey Shuttlesworth, 6th. Thompson, Meadows, Krebs, Boxell, Mulder, Kirker, Smith, Pearson, Martin, Dove. Rounding out the field as they continue to set up the 4-wide salute. This will be for you, the fans. Volusia Speedway Park. We are ready to go feature racing. This is the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series.
Just a beautiful sight for sure, Kelan. As just nothing quite like this show on dirt that these drivers provide in real life, and obviously here on the sim on dirt, as we actually see Colton Coe hop into pit road here. Not quite sure what is happening there.
I think he may have to dip, so that may be the end of his night, and that will shuffle. Oh no, Colton Coe got an EOL penalty. He must have jumped the start on the first heat race. I don't really know what's happening, but he pulled down pit road for some reason. So it'll be James Barrett, Andrew May to his outside, Krause in 4th, Cameron McCone in 3rd. We get ready to go feature racing tonight from Volusia Speedway Park. Shane, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I don't know about you. As that pace truck pulls off, green flag is in the air. We're feature racing here at the Volusia Speedway Park. James Barrett Jr. out front.
James Barrett Jr. claims the lead going into turn number 3 for the first time. Andrew May trying to close the gap. Jaden Krause in third. Cameron McCone looking under him for the third spot. Not going to be able to get to it quite yet. Mason Thompson slides up into 5th. Back behind him in 6th is Cody Meadows, defending champion, as we continue to shuffle in this top 3.
Yeah, Cody Meadows, obviously, we saw him have a rough go on Tuesday night, done on the first lap as he actually survives the first lap here and was very upset. I talked to him after Tuesday, and definitely, like I said during the broadcast, not the way he wanted to start his season for sure, as we look back towards the front of the field.
Side by side for the race lead, Andrew May. Heat winner on both of the 2 nights so far. He's ripping the top, trying to get around Barrett. Not quite going to get there quite yet. Jaden Krause lurks in the rear view mirrors. Cody Meadows has gotten up into 5th back there. Cameron McCone in 4th, as that is your top 5 to this point. Barrett in control, May right behind him. Krause trying to close the gap a little bit. We'll see if he can, as James Barrett continues to lead this race.
Yeah, obviously a great run from Cameron McCone so far, as that's the position he finished in on Tuesday night. Very ecstatic after that finish, as he picked up the Dirtman Photography, Hard Charger Award. And back up front, James Barrett Jr. still under pressure by Andrew May.
Andrew May all over his back bumper, trying to make a move. I want to talk about Tuesday's winner, but Andrew May is going to slide it under him. Going to get up there, can't quite clear him. Barrett's going to get the run off the corner. May slides it back in, slide job. Barrett crosses him back over. Krause lurking, side by side. They continue to race for the lead.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jaden Krause has a beautiful view of these 2 leaders going back and forth for the race lead here, as I believe I saw contact between them, those 2.
Yeah, there was contact right there, and it really set Andrew May's momentum back in 1 and 2. Jaden Krause now going to close the gap as the track continues to go higher and higher. Cody Meadows and Cameron McCone both making up ground right here. McCone slides it to the top of Jaden Krause for the third spot. Caution out for the first time.
Yeah, caution out here so far. 11 laps into the night's feature event. So we'd love to see what just occurred.
I needed that breath of fresh air. Man, they were tight.
We see our night number 1 winner, Cameron Smith, on pit road with heavy front end damage, as we will head to the A&B Outdoors replay system to see what just occurred on track there.
I was just about to talk about him. He was up there running. He was in the hard charger position at one point. Started in 13th, drove it up to, I believe, 6th or 7th at a time. As we'll try to get a look at what happened to him to bring out the first yellow flag of the night. We get a look right here.
Making contact there with Rylan Pearson, another.
Oh, that's Boxall.
Yeah, excuse me, Boxall, not Pearson.
And that'll be the second straight night Jacob Boxall has been disqualified by admins. So Cameron Smith gonna get the bad end of it right there. Jacob Boxall, another poorly placed slide job.
And Rylan Pearson on pit road too. Yep. Sorry to cut you off there, Kelan.
Pearson got damage as well. So Smith and Pearson, the 2 dominant drivers of Tuesday night, going to be out of action to this point. And man, I really want to talk about Smith. He was flying tonight. That sucks for Smith. He was really getting his way through the field. So we get ready to stack him up, get back going green here. James Barrett led every lap to this point, took advantage of Colton Coe's EOL penalty, and it's going to set him up in the first spot. Andrew May to his outside. Krause, McCone, Meadows, top 5 as we get ready to come down to the green flag. It'll be on lap number 12. James Barrett going to lead us here. 41, 31, 13, 15, 1 as we come to the green here, Shane. Pace car pulling off.
Yeah, James Barrett Jr. there in the 41 leads them back to the green flag. As you see the big unit, Andrew May behind him in the second position, Jaden Krause in third. But back to that caution, obviously, that's really, like you were saying, tough go for Cameron Smith. His second wreck in EOL or DQ for Jacob Boxall, obviously. Not the type of racing we want to see here on the A&B Outdoors Sprint Car Series, as another caution's out.
We'll try to catch a look at what happened here.
We see Bo Krebs kind of off the pace.
and that may be what the issue was. We'll get a look at our A and B Outdoors replay system here as soon as we can, as we'll try to get a look at what happened. Trey Shuttlesworth was really the only guy I saw on the bottom there. He was making up time, got a spot around Meadows. He got up to 5th now, as we get a look at what happened to Bo Krebs here on the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series replay. Krebs ripping the bottom. You see him right there. Slides up in front of Mulder.
Oh.
Ooh. Dirty Dove, Jacob Dove, and him making contact. And that's what's going to be the cause of the incident right there. And, just unfortunate there for those two drivers. Jacob Dove does not have a front wing anymore. And that will more than likely be the end of his night. Worked his way into the race. Blame will be put on the 14 as James Barrett is going to lead us to the green. It'll be a
Single
double
file.
file restart.
Or is
no,
it single?
double file.
Oh, my bad,
No, it's
Kelan.
double. Yeah, it's single file under 10 laps to go. And that will be when it transitions into that. Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contenders 1 through 3 right now, and you can't talk about how great this young talent is. Shane, we got him up here 1, 2, 3 right now.
Yep, nothing quite like it. Just the rookies prevailing. As I actually made a bold prediction here in the Discord in our race predictions. I said a veteran would prevail, as our highest current veteran so far is the Karen Cohn there in the 4th position, as he took home our hard charger, like I mentioned, on Tuesday night. So McCone having a really good run again here tonight so far.
Barrett going to take the green flag. We're backing away. He gets a great jump over Andrew May. Jaden Krause working to the inside of him. Trey Shuttlesworth back there in a 72 trying to work the bottom. 3 wide for the 2nd position. Trey Shuttlesworth going to rip it down to the bottom. Jaden Krause right there. He might have tagged the inside wall. That's going to slow his momentum up. Krause to 2nd. May 3rd. McCone 4th. Shuttlesworth really the only guy we have seen been using that bottom lane.
And it's working well for him so far, as you see him battle with McCone and the big unit Andrew May there for that 3rd position. He's really making that bottom work, Kelan. I don't know about you, but it's really working out for him, it seems like.
Yeah, he's gaining positions right now, and one guy who is not making that bottom work, he needs to stick to the top. That is Jaden Krause. As Aiden Kirker flies through the field, he just went from 12th to 5th, I believe, in that entire restart. He is making up ground right where he needs to be as he rolls the bottom. Trey Shuttlesworth trying to make a move on James Barrett for the lead. Shuttlesworth and Kirker ripping the bottom. May and Barrett up on the top. Who will prevail here as we get closer to the closing laps of the race?
Trey Shuttlesworth trying to make that bottom for the lead here, as I believe he does. Trey Shuttlesworth is now your leader here at Volusia, as Aiden Kirker not far behind him running that bottom, as it kind of seems like the track has moved to the bottom here, Kelan.
And that's something you don't usually see with dirt racing. Usually as the race progresses, the top becomes the preferred line, as Kirker now works the bottom, making Shuttlesworth run the top. Shuttlesworth has not been using that top at all tonight, and that's going to play into the hand of Aiden Kirker. Caution out. And I believe, if I'm correct, that
Mason
will...
Thompson, Cody Meadows involved.
Oh, defending champion. If I'm not mistaken, Trey Shuttlesworth will be given a lead because a lap was not completed with Aiden Kirker in the lead. So, we'll be restarting with 10 to go, and that will be the 1-2 as we try to get a look at what happened here on our A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series replay system.
Man,
Real quick.
Cody Meadows, obviously you saw him involved there, as well as the 1v1 of Mason Thompson. Just not a good start in these first 2 races for him.
And not a terrible start for Meadows' season so far as we try to get a look at what happened. Ooh, Meadows tagged the wall, and
separate
Thompson
incident.
looked like a wholly separate incident. Yeah.
Those
And
two
I've
kind
been
of
seeing...
disconnected in the same spot. Go ahead.
I was about to say, tonight Meadows has been making some uncharacteristic mistakes. You saw it in his heat race. He washed up to the outside. I don't know if it's who he's racing against or what, but he is just, it's like he feels uncomfortable in the car. I can't really put my finger on it, but he has been struggling to this point. And we will be restarting on the 11 to go lap, so I believe it will be double file. And that will mean Shuttlesworth inside, Kirker outside. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's the same champion we saw last year from Cody Meadows, and just really weird. Like you were saying, I was kind of watching it as you were talking, Kelan, throughout those green flag laps. I wanted to mention how far he kind of just dropped down the pack. And obviously we saw him get into trouble there, and a very interesting mistake, like you said, from the Season 1 champ there.
Yeah, struggling in the first 2 races of the season, no doubt. Shuttlesworth, Kirker, May, Barrett, and Kraus, your top 5. Shuttlesworth will lead him to the green. Kirker got by him, but he did not complete a lap. Green flag. Back in the air. Shuttlesworth to the point. May under Kirker. Kirker now having to work the top around May, not going to get there, and now this will provide him the opportunity to get to his preferred bottom lane. Shuttlesworth, Kirker working the bottom. Kirker going to slide in front of the 31, and now he's going to try to make up ground on 72. He has to check up. 72 got sideways as they come down into 3 and 4.
Trey Shuttlesworth and Aiden Kirker, I believe those two are teammates trying to work the bottom there. Correct me if I'm wrong though, Kelan, as it just really working for him as Andrew May continues to run middle to high line there in that number 31 machine. Just not quite enough for those two up front there.
I'm working out for these two guys, and this is one thing I would not have predicted as the night went on. I know the track state changed. We're not running the same track state we ran Tuesday night, and maybe that is what's playing into the hand of these guys on the bottom. May, now he's trying to transition to the bottom, see what he's missing out on. Kirker, I believe, is faster than a 72, but he has just not gotten the opportunity to get under him without making contact, and I know Aiden is not a dirty driver like that. 5 laps to go. We'll see what he can do as Shuttlesworth continues to try to fend him off.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see, like you mentioned, Andrew May kind of going to that bottom. Is he actually going to go back up to the top here? Well, I was going to talk about him going to the bottom, but as the caution's out, I wanted to mention, I just want to see how that would work out for him, but obviously he moved back up top and the caution came out.
It'll be a single file restart as Shuttlesworth has been dealing with internet problems throughout the night. He just disappeared. Oh, he's back up there. Okay, good. I was scared he disappeared for good. But it'll be a single file restart, and I believe single file restart, that's going to play into the hand of the pole sitter as we get an A and B outdoors QuickTime replay real quick.
I believe it happened with the 09 of one of our rookies, Exo Consulting rookies, Ryan Martin. So we'll check it out here.
We'll get a look here at what happened to Ryan Martin. Missed the feature the other night, made it here. Looks like him and Mulder made contact. And upside down he went up into the fence. And that will be how his night will come to an end. It'll be Shuttlesworth leading us to the green. And I think this this caution is really going to play into his favor because single file restarts, they seem to really favor the guy who's getting on the gas first, and I think if Shuttlesworth can just keep his car straight, I think he's got a good shot to hang on to this. But Aiden Kirker, he's going to have to do whatever it takes to get around him. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 5 laps to go. As we saw on Tuesday night, once we kind of reached the mark where the laps were winding down for sure, the intensity really picked up from these drivers.
Well, it's about to get intense. Going to be a 4 to go restart. Trey Shuttlesworth trying to pick up his first career QuickTime Sprint Car Series victory. He ran here a bunch last year, never could pick up a win. Aiden Kirker won a couple times last year. He's trying to pick one off again. Shuttlesworth, green flag in the air. Kirker right behind him. 4 more times around. Kirker slings it to the inside of Shuttlesworth, and he's going to take over the spot. Andrew May to the inside of Shuttlesworth for second.
That's what Aiden Kirker wanted to see right there, as Shuttlesworth kind of slid up the track. Like you mentioned before the caution came out, Aiden Kirker was faster than him, but just couldn't get around as he's got clear sights right in front of him. But he's got pressure from behind.
Coming to 2 laps to go. Jaden Kraus all over Aiden Kirker. Can he make a move for the win?
Ooh.
Kraus almost catches the inside barrels. Going to stay off of it as Kirker now tries to distance himself. May to the inside of Shuttlesworth for third. The top 5 all under a blanket here as they come to the white flag. It'll be one more trip around Volusia Speedway Park for Aiden Kirker. He continues to hold the lead. Kraus to the inside of Shuttlesworth. Gonna try to make a move for the win here. It'll be a last-ditch effort for Jaden Krause and Trey Shuttlesworth. Gonna try to see what they can do, but it's gonna be all Aiden Kirker. He's gonna come off of turn 4. He's gonna win at Volusia. Night 2 of the Florida Nationals goes to Aiden Kirker.
From Boston, New York, Aiden Kirker in that MAV TV number 7 TK machine is your night number 2 winner. Congratulations to him, as we'll see him celebrate here on the front stretch. Trey Shuttlesworth bringing it home second, and first highest finishing rookie, Jaden Krause in third.
From 12th to 1st, Aiden Kirker is also going to be your Dirtman Picks hard charger for tonight. Drove it from the back to the front, did what he had to do, got the lead on a restart, and how about that for him? Won 3 or 4 times last year, and now he's going to pick up right where he left off, and that was in victory lane here at Volusia. Big time for Aiden Kirker.
Hopping a
I'm
wheel.
so happy for him. Oh yeah, I'm happy for him.
As you see him celebrating here, obviously big win for him, first of the season. Like you said, not the best luck on Tuesday, and kind of back and forth season so far, as you kind of see him somewhat kind of park it. It's hard to do it here on the iRacing.com service, but he parks it in the Dirt Heating Racing Apparel victory lane, as we look to pull him in here soon.
Yeah, we'll get a word with him in just a second. Going to get everybody's pings out for the interview, as now we're going to catch a word with the Night 2 winner, Aiden Kirker. Let me drag him in here. Aiden, you just won at Volusia, bud.
Yeah, buddy. Oh
And
my
you got,
gosh.
Oh, you got hard charger too. You put on a great show tonight. We had that one caution, and you drove up from like 12th to 5th in 2 laps, and I was like, how did he do that? And then you ended up driving your way into victory lane. What was going through your head in those last few laps?
I I was just trying to run that bottom line. Trey had found it a couple laps before. We had at some point in the middle of the race he found it. I don't know when, but I just kind of followed him down there, and it was working. So just kind of stuck with it rest of the race, and then just trying not to look in my mirror and trying to hit my marks as much as possible. I got an adrenaline rush right now. This is crazy. That was an insane race.
Oh yeah, well you certainly found that bottom line. What made that inside different than the top? Because on night number 1, we saw the top being the preferred line, and now suddenly everybody's shifting to the inside line tonight. What did it take to pick up the win? And and that was my question. How did the bottom work?
There's just so much more moisture in the bottom. That top side just got wore out through the heats and the feature and the consi and all that stuff. So just about halfway through the feature, just the bottom worked, and then at the end there, the top got moving again. But you're gonna have to be able to run the bottom from about lap 15 to the end, since there's just so much more moisture. And then once we got all the cars down there, it did take some of it away, but for the most part, it had some grip in it. So.
Well, I know this is a big time win for you. Do you got anybody you want to thank for putting this night possible?
Just want to thank everybody that shows up, everybody for putting this on. Thank you to JJ for putting this whole league together. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and just this is a fun way to we had a rough race to kick off the season on Tuesday night. Come into tonight and win is good, and hopefully we can get another one next week at the third race Evolution, and then maybe even USA.
Well, great run tonight, Aiden. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And now we're going to have a word with Trey Shuttlesworth. You want to talk to him, Shane?
Yeah, I'll get a word with him. Trey Shuttlesworth
Here he
is
is.
Shane DiMantova up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. How about yourself? We saw you drive to the field there.
I hate to say that I'm satisfied with the second place, but that was just a race of pure racecraft between me and Aiden at the end, and just to be able to contend that tightly with him was, a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. We watched you crank it yourself through the pack there. I actually got a question for you. We saw you and Aiden Kirker both just running the bottom. Is there anything you could have done on that final restart to protect the bottom from Aiden Kirker, as we saw him make the pass there below you on that final restart?
Yeah, it's a little hard to explain, but basically, I was just having a lot of trouble getting into the throttle. I think I got a little bit too sharply into it initially, and it just was. I was having an incredibly difficult time getting it down to like a decent point on the throttle. You know, like about halfway down. But no, that's basically about it. There's just like a little bit too sharp on the initial restart, and then I was also running a little high in the slick initially, and then he was low, so I had to basically say, got to try the cushion, see what will happen. Came up just a little bit shy. Looking at timing and scoring, it was about 2/10.
So I'm actually going to ship this over to JJ Hill, but congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Yep, thank you, sir.
JJ, ask him something.
Trey Shuttlesworth, fantastic race. So happy to have you back here in Quicktime. It was just a truly such a pleasure to watch you, Trey, the hero Shuttlesworth, get back into a 410 sprint car in the A&B Outdoor Sprint Car Series. Just walk me through your entire night from practice to the end of the race. What was your mindset coming into tonight, knowing that you're probably the best driver in the field and you just have that little pep in your step, you know? Just tell me what your mindset was tonight.
Well, thank you, JJ. First of all, best driver is a bit of a tall statement. Competition is incredibly good here across the board. But no, first of all, I was happy to unload in qualifying and get second place. That made it relatively easy just to be consistent in the heat race. And I did drop a spot in the heat race back to second place, and from there, midfield start set up for, you know, the opportunity to run potentially well in the feature race. Just kept the car clean in the first half until track evolution made the bottom a viable opportunity. And once that happened, I really did begin to storm from about, I was probably at a low of about 10th or 11th place. And yeah, it didn't take too long to actually climb into the top 5, and eventually I was racing for the race lead. Let's see where we are at this point. This is about where I've already started to cover base, which is the battles with Aiden near the end of the race. But yeah, just a couple of miscues on the last restart. Opened the bottom for Aiden. He took full advantage of it, and he did a heck of a job out there. Tried to make the cushion mark on the last restart, and he was just ultimately superior on the bottom in the end.
Well, Trey, do you have any sponsors you want to thank for making tonight's efforts possible?
I first want to thank the series sponsors, because they wouldn't be able, or rather the series wouldn't be able to happen, and you wouldn't be able to provide the payouts and such for the series without sponsors such as Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, Dirtman Photography, A&B Outdoors, the title sponsor, of course, Exo Consulting, and Kelan and Shane in the booth for doing a great job tonight. I didn't get to see too much of it just because of my mixed internet connection throughout the race. But outside of that, did have a couple of sponsors on my car, Whiplash Media and Pitstop TV, which is who I do broadcast work with. You'll see me managing our social media outlets, production, commentary from time to time, and glad to have them on board as well. They designed the paint scheme on the car based off of the Hefner Racing sprint car from a couple years back. And yeah, it's fantastic.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is tonight's second place finisher, Trey, the hero Shuttlesworth. Thank you, Trey.
Yep. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, guys.
All right, and now I think we're going to have a word with our third place finisher of the night. It'll be Jaden Krause in the 13. Jaden, you got a copy? Oh, you. Jaden? You got us? Can you hear us,
I got a copy.
Jaden?
What's up?
Yeah, all right. Well, you put on a great show tonight, got up there, drove it up to third, and really, how did the track progress throughout the night, and what more did you need to steal that win?
Well, it got really. I wasn't expecting for the bottom to come in that quickly because it just came in out of nowhere. It seems like, but I feel like if it was still around the top, I would have had a lot of a better chance of winning this race tonight.
All right. Well, yeah, certainly that top. It was where you were. Did you need a different wing adjustment? What did you need to get that bottom working for you?
Yeah, but my car was really, really tight around the bottom. If I could have loosened it up, it would have been a lot better.
All right. Well, thank you for speaking with us, Shaden. You got any sponsors you want to thank for making the night possible?
Yeah, I want to thank JDR Esports, GP Motorsports, K1 Race Gear, Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, and that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Jaden, and we hope to see you next Tuesday.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. All right, Shane. Well, we just had an amazing night of racing, and your prediction came true. We saw a veteran finish up front and win the race. So, what do you think about tonight?
Top two, actually. Veteran. Really big move by Aiden Kirker and Trey Shuttlesworth. I mean, I'm not a big dirt guy, but I've obviously picked up a lot from broadcasting these races with you. I mean, we were both surprised, obviously, with the two of those top two finishers making that bottom work, as we actually didn't go through your finishing order. So we went straight to interviews, so we're actually going to do that now. Like we mentioned, Aiden Kirker was your Dirtman Photography Hard Charger Award winner, and is also your Dirt Heating Racing Apparel night number 2 race winner, Trey Shuttlesworth, finishing second.
Finishing off in third, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender for JDR Esports out of Louisville, Kentucky. It was Jaden Krause, and then Heat 2 winner of the night picked up a 4th place finish for JDR Esports out of Bedford, Pennsylvania. That was the Big Unit, your favorite nickname, Andrew May.
Yeah, in 4th position, another one of our rookies. 3 rookies in a row here is the number 31 of Andrew May, who's solid run so far early on, but just nothing for those top 2 at the end. And finishing in the 5th position, another one of our Exo Consulting rookies, I'm talking Mason Thompson, in the 6th position. Wait, no, I had it right. James Barrett Jr., my bad. In the 5th position, the number 41. Take it away.
And then we had the 181 of Mason Thompson, Powerslide Motorsports out of Waycross, Georgia. He's the Chubzilla. He finished off in 6th position. Number 151 in the 7th position out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, for the 151 of Fry Designs Racing, Exo Consulting Rookie of the Year contender, Jay Mulder, making his first feature event of the year and finishing off in good style. And what was supposed to be the number 4 for JDR Esports out of Asheville, Kentucky, it was Cameron McCone in 8th.
And in that 9th position, it's the 168 from JDR Esports, Bo Krebs. And rounding out your top 10 is our rookie that we actually saw making his first start here tonight at Volusia. Got an EOL for jumping the start there in the heat race, as that was the 28 of Colton Co. as Ryan Martin, Cody Meadows, Jacob Dove, Jacob Boxel, Cameron Smith, and Rylan Pearson round out the rest of your field here tonight, Kelan. I mean, lots of action we saw here in the first night and now the second night. Definitely a lot of notes that drivers got to take for sure, as like we both mentioned, an unpredictable move going to the bottom, making it work here tonight. What do you think drivers got to do to get it done here on night number 3?
Well, I think they need to first be put on notice that this bottom is going to work. It's not going to be a one-lane racetrack anymore, because it used to. We saw on Tuesday it was that top was working and that was about it. Tonight we saw Shuttlesworth, Kirker, and really the whole field at the end of the race. They started to get that top working, and the bottom working. My bad. It was they got it working, and then the guys who did get the bottom working, they pulled off the victory. So I think maybe on Tuesday, I'm hoping we get a combination of both the top and the bottom working, but you never know with these track states. We had a great race tonight, and I really hope we see more like these tonight.
I couldn't agree more, Kelan, as we obviously here up in the booth, like to give a shout out to the series sponsors, Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, Dirtman Photography, A&P Outdoors, Exo Consulting, and obviously couldn't do it without you guys, the support of the fans watching back at home on their devices. As Kelan, any last words you'd like to put in before we sign off?
Yeah, well, you just hit it. Got to thank all the sponsors, everybody watching at home. It was a great race tonight, and I cannot wait for the last 2 nights. And our last night at Volusia will be Tuesday night at 8:45 p.m. Eastern, right here.
As I am Shane DiMantova alongside Kelan Belsha. Like I mentioned, thank you guys for the support of the A&B Outdoors Sprint Car Series. Signing off from Volusia night number 2. We will see you back here for night number 3, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your night.